Over the past 48 hours, the situation in Ukraine, of course, has taken on a different tack. Our Foreign Affairs Minister, John Baird, has compared Russia's troop presence in the Crimea Peninsula to Hitler's invasion as in part of the former Czechoslovakia back in 1938. He said that Russia was invading and occupying Crimea, a part of Ukraine. If it's not war, it's akin to war, he says. We have in the past talked to our friend Krystina from the St. Catharines branch of the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress, and she is just back from Ukraine. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks, Tim.
Tell me a little bit about your trip. Where did you go? What were you there for?
So I accompanied Minister John Baird as part of the official delegation that Canada sent to Ukraine last week.
You were. They asked you to come along, or did you request to go?
No, they asked me.
Which is a big honor when you consider what is at stake here. What did you do while you were there? What was Mr. Baird there to do?
Mr. Baird was there to legitimize, to show support, and to say that Canada legitimizes the new government that's been put in place there. We walked the Independence Square together and met with several high-ranking officials in Ukraine.
Krystina, there are people in the world who say, yes, it was the right move to move Yanukovych out, but that this interim government is not legitimate. What are you saying to that?
I think that the interim government that they have is as good as it's going to get for now, and presidential elections are scheduled for May 25th, as well as the mayoral elections, and hopefully soon to follow parliamentary. So I believe that these are the right people to have in power right now to keep moving the country forward.
Does Canada have a responsibility to speak out loud and clear in this situation, Krystina?
I think they do. We have the third largest diaspora, the third largest population of Ukrainians. Mm-hmm. So second outside of Russia, and I believe that Canada does have a responsibility. I mean, anybody who believes in human dignity and human rights has a responsibility to speak out about this. The own president of the country had snipers shooting at its peaceful protesters.
What did you see while you were there in terms of the reaction to A, what's happened, and B, to what the rest of the world is saying? And knowing that you're Canadian, what are they telling you?
So while I was there, as you mentioned before, I had been there in November, December, again, and again now, and the climate and the mood has completely changed. When I was there in November, it was a completely hopeful country, a completely hopeful Independence Square. And then after the snipers and about 100 people being murdered, people have now turned to anger, and with this new invasion of Russia, people again are now they're just ready to stand united as a country and come together in defending its sovereignty.
Vladimir Putin continues to claim that Ukrainian people are at risk. He continues to claim they have a military responsibility to protect people. How do you react to that?
Yeah, he first said that he has a responsibility to protect his own Russian citizens that are living in Ukraine because they're being terrorized almost by Ukrainian people there. And I walked Independence Square just yesterday, and there were people standing there with signs saying, "Putin, I'm Russian, and I don't need your help." And I think it's been completely falsified in the media. A lot of Russian propaganda is coming out, and from everything I've seen and all the time I spent in Ukraine over the last 6 months, the people there aren't marginalized at all.
What about the situation in Crimea? Are people in Ukraine as aware of that as the rest of the world seems to be?
Yeah, absolutely, they are.
And
sorry, I'll say quickly that the young men that I'm friends with there have all been asked to sign up for the reserve army. I even spoke with a former minister who used to be part of the Verkhovna Rada, and he also said I wouldn't sign myself up.
How did you feel during the trip, Krystina? I mean, did you feel unsafe at all?
I didn't. I didn't feel unsafe at all. I was in the capital, and everything in Kyiv right now is pretty peaceful. I think the scary areas right now are Crimea, of course.
What was that like to walk Independence Square with the minister?
It was incredibly moving. People were coming up to him constantly, thanking him for being there, thanking him for his support, telling him, that we need more support. And they said, one woman ran up